Hey, welcome back. This is Jack. You know the whole good. Yeah, still doing okay. There we go. Let's see here. Audio's good. All right, I need to turn. There we go. I'm just watching the bars. I should have tested it before. I haven't even done any, which is usually just me singing Bohemian Rhapsody because I feel the vocal range on that. Try to keep pace with it is usually pretty good. And yeah, I'm wearing my contacts in. Yeah, we're wearing a tank top today. My shoulders and chest is killing me, and I've got biceps today or arms. Um, yeah, in case you hadn't guessed, yesterday was shoulders. Yes, and I added 10 pounds per dumbbell, which comes out to another 20 pounds. So I went from 40 pounds to 60 pounds total. Um, but I'm still doing like sets of 15. So I could probably bench much higher than that doing it. But since I don't have a spotter, I have to focus on stability and all that stuff. So I have to take things a little careful. Um, than I'd like to. Plus, not to mention, I'm turning 35 this year. I don't heal as well as I used to. My joints aren't as good. So I got to take things careful, especially if I'm gonna. I really need to start doing more. I keep neglecting them, which are also incidentally my ab days, so I neglect my abs too. Thinking what I need, and I also just need. Can't forget about the car, which I don't. Like all this is my own fault. This is you could argue it's lack of motivation, but it's just the running joke. Somebody who lifts weights skipping leg day. Actually, I got hell legs. I could be yeah, I got hell legs. I wear a kilt from time to time for a reason. Carrying around 250. What I weighed the last time I looked. 250 pounds walking around. Yeah, you're gonna have some killer legs. Oh, all right. Not 100% sure what I'm gonna do today. I do know I'm gonna be playing some Dark Tide. I don't think I'm gonna work on drawing or animation during the stream. I'm gonna leave that to off-stream stuff, unless y'all guys want to see it. I see my next project because I'm still doing the Dark Tide animations because I want to make a couple tutorials for it with Sergeant Stubbs. And in case y'all hadn't seen it on this channel, or if you're on Twitch, my YouTube channel, there is an animation. It's like 15 seconds of Sergeant Stubbs doing his unauthorized Vox transmissions. Um, it's extremely fast paced. It's meant to I'm meant to draw the same energy as Gurr, and he sounds like Meatwad. No, because that's the voice I ended up with. I intentionally give him kind of a muffled look in post. Can't even emulate that. Emulate it without it because he's wearing the gas mask the whole time. I need so I've got a new rigging for him. I am going to show the rigging. Show the rigging. Rather proud of how that turned. I made a new hello of him. Um, I'm like I am proud of myself that I'm actually doing what I said I wanted many times over of actually doing animation. I'm getting more better at drawing. I have a philosophy I want to share. I might have to make his shoulders bigger, like the shoulder plates he's wearing, just to make it more believable when he moves his arm. Because they're there for two reasons: one, to mask his arm move or his shoulder movement, and two, because his armor, the armor he's based off of, is supposed to have it. Now you can't see it yet because I haven't switched over yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see here, small. Because if I flip over to the other one, anyway, but there he is. This is the new Sergeant Stubbs. His name is spelt wrong because Sergeant isn't his rank; it's his name. His actual name is Sergeant Stubbs, and he's called Stubbs. He's also got no fingers. He lost his finger, lore wise. And if you're looking, he's actually got two different helmets. And as you can also see, I drew each piece individually. His eyes are separated, his mouth, everything. There's actually a collection of different mouths that I did. Let's see. Without showing appropriate. I'm not drawing lewd. Like I actually did several different eyes. Like not because it's supposed to move when he's talking. I might move it up and down when he's talking. Well, technically Stubbs would be his family name, but yeah, no, Sergeant. Like his rank could actually be lieutenant for all you know, but he goes by Sergeant, or he's actually not even in the military. He just stole the armor. But here's a collection of different mouths I did. they actually are supposed to be like, here's his normal one. This is default. It's actually upside down. These are all inverted. That wasn't intentional. I just decided to go ahead. Actually, no, that one's not inverted. We're gonna say that one's not. Anyway, annoyed when like someone's over talking him or something's happening. Something like a smile and then his mouth closed. I'll have to move change it around. Um, but he's always got those circles because that's where it's supposed to be input to his gas mask is. Now, mind you, it's not an accurate gas mask for a Krieg soldier because they're supposed to have the tubes. Also, hi, Cool Walker. He's supposed to have the tubes. Um, and then I also did his eyes. I was gonna do an empty face and then just like be able to attach whatever I wanted, but I decided not to do that. I could actually technically just grab the one I did on there. It's an empty. But yeah, here's the different eyes, like his angry glare, his happy eye, like "Yee," and then like his excited closed eye, like "Yee," that kind of thing, and then just his standard eye. And if you notice, I'm only doing one eye because I can just duplicate it or grab one of the other ones if necessary, like he's winking or whatever. Um, and I'm not like piecemeal. Like, thankfully, Adobe Animate is not making me do everything piecemeal. Like, I need his arm up here. Okay, attach arm, attach arm, attach arm. I'm not having to do that. That's the good news. Or move. There's a skeletal rigging that I'm doing. I'm not using the distort. I'm using the skeletal rigging, so I can just drag his arm up. I just have to move the pivot joint to the right spot so that it moves the arm as it should. Because if you put it in the wrong spot, it's going to pivot like in the middle of the arm, so the whole arm swings wrong. That's a learning process I'm having, and mind you, I also have to make more assets. I have to have them coming from different angles, um, because I want to be able to show them from a side profile at times, or at an angled side, and then back angled, and then his back too, which is not easy because I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Now, theoretically, I can use the distort stuff. I'm not going to save this, so I don't have to worry about it. Select everything. Control all. All right, you're gonna make me do it this way. All right. From helmet 2 down because I don't need his original file. Effective. Like the first angled one, I can theoretically do this. There it goes. Like in theory, I could do this. I know what I'm trying to do, but it's not working. That's up and down. Back. Yeah, I can do. There we go. Hang on, I had it. But something like that. I can easily make a distortion like that. Whee! Woo! I can easily do a distortion like that, but I think I need to redraw them at those different angles so you can actually see the bulge of the gas mask because it actually stoops out to like that. That's what those lines are supposed to be. And I also found a new way to do the browning of his armor. If you want to, here, let me show y'all. You want to look at his original outfit or the original way he looked with Sergeant Stubbs 2. This is how he originally looked. And then I switched over to this. You can see I tapered him down below. The armor still looks really worn and stuff with all that, but I also added a burn effect to each limb, except for the shoulder. Well, actually, I even burned the shoulders. The mask is the only thing that's not burnt. Because there is a burn tool. Once again, I'm just showing you guys this. I don't need to. None of this is going to get saved. You can see where I didn't finish the yeah. See, it just makes it a little darkened, like I'm actually holding a lighter to it. Make it bigger. Here's what it does to the void. Nothing. Okay. So it makes it look like it's more worn and stuff like that, which is the whole point because he's not wearing brand new armor by default because no one wears brand new stuff. And but as I said before, I am actually really proud of myself. My art has gotten mo better because here, let me show you his original rigging because that other one is a complete version of him. Let me show you his original rigging so you can see why I'm proud of myself. Because what I did before, one, his shoulder plates were one piece. As you can see, there's just a lot more pieces. But I also did things like this, which was dumb. There is no coloring work behind his eyes. So if I move his eyes even a little bit, you see the empty void. So I couldn't move his eyes very much. His mouth is part of the mask, so I can't move his mouth. Like I want to move it up and down while he's talking, or shrink and grow as he's talking. His so his arms are all one piece. So if I try to move his arm, the whole thing moves. So I was using a distortion method before, and that's the only way I was able to get his arms to move. Um, and I think the new version is just so much mo better. Um, I don't know which side that shit. See what I've been looking at. Yeah, mostly because there's projects in there I don't want to reveal yet. Let's see here. There we go. In a Photoshop. This is a GIF. That's not what I clicked. Oh yeah, no, that is what I clicked. Okay. Let's see here. No, that's not what I want. Open file. Let's see. Stop naming it. I stopped naming all the folders Sergeant stuff because I got tired of typing Sergeant. I know I didn't export it. Okay. Well, in that case, I will show you guys what. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be this one. I don't. I just want y'all to see like what I'm learning. That I am getting mo better. Oh, and after we do this for a little bit, I am going to flip over to Darktide. Why are you taking so long? Oh, you are open. You're down. Let's see. Why am I not? Oh, they're all invisible. Zoom. There we go. Yeah, he hangs. Actually, his torso does hang out outside the one there. But yeah, I have it set to loop because it's just the same motion. It's him just waving enthusiastically, and this is something I also added was adding the lines of movement, which is something I didn't do before. And as you can see, I feel that the arm moves much better. I can also I could have made the upper arm a little floppy too, just to make it even more enthusiastic. But yeah, the rigging is much mo better. I'm able to do so much more. And it's this tool I'm using right here, bone tool. Yeah, bone. Um, I gotta go. Not showing bone tool like this. I have to re-rig it every time. Not liking that. Like there is. Look, I'm missing something. All right, well, we'll go back into. We'll just double click with the bone tool. I could just do that and start re-rigging. Shouldn't be it. Oh, that's a reserve spot for me. What's this? What's this? What's happening everywhere? What's this? There's white things in the air. Oh, it's this. What I need? Yeah, fuck it. I'll fix it later. But the bone tool basically allows me to make a skeleton between the different individual pieces. Like you can't have multiple dots among the same piece. So you'll so that's why I had to break them up a lot more than before. But I feel that this version of his greeting, like hello, rejects. That's the word I was looking for. Hello, rejects. You know that whole thing. I could also, in theory, speed it up in post and just make him do it even faster because the audio is going to be recorded separately. Now, in theory, this program is really good about this. Hang on. Stop. Pause it. In theory, if I figure out how to use it, there is a mouth sync I can do. So I can rig his mouth to move up and down as he's talking because that is a separate piece as I showed y'all before. So as I'm talking, it'll move based on my pitch and all that stuff. So hello, ducks. And I could just teach it to do that, which is not an issue. And I might go out of my way to do it. because I feel that would just add another layer of energy. But yeah, we're playing Darktide not necessarily because I want to play it. Like I'm not whether or not I'm in the mood's not a question. It's more because I need some inspiration for some background pieces. Coffee. I need to cut down on my coffee to maybe 2 a day, and it's actually not because the coffee's bad for me. Not like heart issues. It's the milk and stativa I put in it are accounting for a lot of the carbs I digest in a day. I put a tablespoon of it, and that's sweet enough for me to enjoy it. I could switch over to a cold brew, and I think that would get the taste more better. So I would need to get a second pitcher for it. But we'll see how I do that. Right, it'll probably save me a couple bucks, like 15 bucks a month at least, because I would cycle down my orders from twice a month, 1 a month. Might do that. Plus, I've got plenty now, so I can skip the. By the way, this is the original version. Originally, Sergeant Stubbs was going to be called Ophelia, and then there was another name he ended up with. Forget the name. I've got it in notes. Or I've got Mira. I think it was something with an M. All right. Oh. So I have a philosophy on. I'm going to say pursue. I'd love y'all's feedback if any of y'all want to say it or say your thoughts on it. So I was listening to a video from Markiplier. Well, not a video; it's his podcast, Distractable, on Spotify. If you don't listen to it, it's really funny. But his self confidence one actually sits in a folder for motivation. It used to be the YouTube version. They had to take them down with their contract with Spotify. Excuse me. Yeah. Hold my phone down. But they were talking about self confidence, and Markiplier at one point said that he employed the fake it till I make it for him to become Markiplier. He would imagine in his head, he would say, I can't do this, but Markiplier can. I've talked about that before. And I was listening to it again because when I was lifting weights, I just needed some noise because I need noise for a passage of time. Otherwise, I don't. Wow, I have a lot of acquisition. Ooh, that's a nice looking power sword. I don't have enough for it, and I also am not max level, so I don't want to get it. Let's check what the merchant has, because if he's got a new power sword or a Mo Beta plasma gun. I will assist. In one. This actually might be a Kuro instead of a weapon, because you're now guaranteed a weapon every time. Getting a Kuro instead would actually. So yeah, I'm just needing some inspiration. I'm already thinking like this is a background. If it wasn't for my characters in the way, if I could find a way to just go into first person or something, this would be great. I could just take a snapshot and use a realistic background that's blurred out, but I'm gonna have to draw it. I could probably have it so that the what's lights out, bring a torch. Ooh, I like lights. Actually, I'm not gonna let the game tell me what to do, or I'm not gonna tell the game what to do. I'm just gonna go into a public match. Tier 2 public match, so it's not too difficult. I'm not feeling stressed unless we accidentally wake up the demon host. I've almost done so many times. I use the plasma gun, and that thing has so much power behind it. It looks like I got another soldier. Got a fanatic. I don't know who that is over there. That looks like a psyker or another fanatic. Doesn't look like a gunslinger, but the guy next to me clearly. Okay, so we're going to a forge. We're in a forge world at a forge, trying to get it running again. Woo! Wow, I'm low on health going in. That's awesome. Someone's going by the name Matt Damon. I honestly don't know how to feel about that. I'll pick it up. Fuck it.
Metaphysical contagion in retreat. Continue.
Oh, good. Medicaid station. Because I fucking need that. I came in with, like, no health. Okay, there's nobody here. Everybody's already dead.
Proceed deeper into the smelter complex, varlets.
Yeah, if this was a Grimoire mission, which I don't think Grimoire missions show up until tier 3.
Where am I? Must have took a wrong turn.
Did they downpower the power sword when I wasn't looking?
Chucking grenade! Break shot at us!
Wonder how the war's going. Well, thunder you heard last night. That was the 101st Artillery giving them out.
Too early to tell. But we ain't giving up until there's no hope left. That's the job.
Yay, plasteel. This character also has an obscene amount of, like, crafting material. I need to reload. This gun has an obscene amount of load time. And that's fine. Thankfully, it's got a big-ass magazine.
That's the bomber dead.
I actually don't know what you would say. Charge?
Medicaid
Yeah.
station.
I'm fine.
Ammo! Just what I need.
You can reach smelter control via assembling conveyor 9112.
Matt Damon. And I like the fact that it's spelled demon.
Reckon you're in charge, do you? No alarm breathing.
Engage precision! He's dead! Ain't that beautiful?
Fucking hate those things. Because you have, like, no time to actually stop them.
Judgment, heretic.
So much plasteel in this one little section.
Grenade! Lovely!
Yeah, my character's full on grenades. I absolutely do not need. My character naturally also regenerates them.
Parts is greater than individual. In other words, group up.
I'm gonna rig it up so my cat can stay up on my computer without too much issue. I'd like to get it to where he can actually also jump down, but because he likes to jump directly onto the desk, which
Kill the rager, fellas!
Oi! The rest of us need some friggin' ammo as well, you know.
On this occasion, my zeal exceeded my judgment, my contrition.
alright. Sorry, I'm not saying stuff. Might do rebound stream because I missed yesterday. Good.
They found cover.
I'm starting late today just because I'm on my inverted sleep pattern, which screws me up a lot.
Reach smelter control, varlets.
a med station? Medicaid station online. Do not struggle.
All right, we're in the final stretch of this mission.
And waits only to house.
Go ahead and start reloading this. Even though it's pretty full, I just want to make sure I don't need it at the wrong time.
Cleanse the Omnissiah's works. Purge the metaphysical contagion.
Touch this one! Suppressing fire!
Metaphysical contagion in retreat. Continue.
Bomber's dead.
Hurry, varlets. Destroy the demonic matter.
I can imagine like how pissed off Adeptus Mechanicus is. So effectively a holy site for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and heresy and corruption has tainted it.
We're doing it! Smelter's coming alive!
Watch it, sharpshooter!
I feel I'm a pretty damn good shot with that. Today's a good day for this. Normally I'm pretty bad.
Matter.
Alright, doesn't look like anybody's hurting for ammo. We got 2 people with med packs, so we should be fine. Hopefully they decide to throw them down near the end.
Strike 677 down!
Smelter functions restored. Apply restart.
Losing a lot of blood!
Completion imminent.
You can stop worrying about the house!
Reminds me of that time of Relay Fury.
God damn it! Now I'm down 2. Where the fuck is the other 2? Cheevan's got a flamethrower. Save Richard. Save the dick. I need to, well, I'm already full now because I went down.
Ammo crate!
They throw down a second medipack for no reason. We still need to actually clear the area. Oh, thankfully they're actually coming to us, so I don't need to worry about it as much.
Reloading!
Because I'm in a med area, I can just vent that without issue. The heat gets too high, it will just explode. And that last one just like, oh, where'd everybody else go?
Mission
Mind you, their brain is like literally replaced with worms.
extract.
The air's sweltering already! Time to leave!
And that last one, like, oh, we'll get you. Oh, left. Oh no. I was gonna only do that mission, but we're gonna do one more, purely because I'm so close to level. Check out the store, see if it. I don't. Stock's on the hour, so it should be stocked. Oh. I don't know if this is. I doubt this is gonna. Unless I get into a group on something, just don't feel like it's gonna be.
Body count's high today.
Unit operational.
Yeah, he did restock. Ooh, new power sword. Let's compare. G. On hit. Stacks 5 times. Plus 20% cleave on hit. Damage to infested. That's more better. Because, like, unyielding enemies are bosses, and I don't use it bosses. I use it on horde.
Processing.
Like, the stats are roughly the same, other than those two of it. And the good news is I can eat the other one to learn that unyielding thing. Unfortunately, it'll only work on another power sword. Not a big deal, though.
Improve your armaments if motivated. And what do we have here? Departure logged.
We're gonna do one more mission, especially because I got that new power sword. Oh, let's see. How close am I to like my contracts? I need a monstrosity to show up. I need a monstrosity to show up. Really do. Although I think those only show up at 3. Alright, let's quick play again. I'm gonna jump into a 3. There's a chance of I think it's guaranteed a monstrosity. I could be wrong. I don't know what summons a monstrosity.
Reserves of special issue ammunition are currently suboptimal. We shall address this. The heretics are employing logistics.
I have hands. What do hands do?
This creates opportunity.
Oh, hands are for grabbing.
Has been located. Valkyrie support will be authorized.
Psyker Fanatic, I think? Oh, and we're in the dark. Great. I got launched over the ledge as soon as I come in. And I'm in the dark, and I have no idea how to get to where they were. Fuck me jogging. And I don't have a flashlight weapon. Yep, dog's after me.
No more hound.
Thankfully, the dog landed right next to me, so it gave me a second or two to cut it down.
Oh, alone again. Really shouldn't wander off like that.
Okay, how the fuck do I get to them? Was I launched that far away? Fuck. Dog missed.
Foxhound
Found it.
eliminated. Kill that pox burster.
Alright, found the way up.
Scab shotgunner. Grenade out! We killed the fragile thing.
I'm gonna die.
I tend to those wounds when I use.
And he died, so. Temporarily. And did no one, like, pick him up?
Won't happen again.
Oh, because it was only 2 of us. Now I'm down. Hopefully someone comes get me. Extraterrestrial Goth, how's it going? Your day treating you okay? How am I doing on ammo? Not bad, actually. What's going on in your world? Anything fun? Anything you want to talk about? Yes. Didn't need the ammo, but I didn't think any of them were going to swing back around for it. Oh, we do have another... I'm doing all right. If you want to talk, talk and vent about it, go for it. This is an open chat. You can talk about almost anything you want.
It's good that you're vigilant against possession. Well, you know I can't touch you myself.
Sparkheads are scared, no?
Orders to Maintenance Node Chiron 13. Make haste.
Yeah, we got a demon host somewhere nearby.
Thy high fault. All man's on the
You wouldn't be the first, and you wouldn't be the last. I always welcome open conversation. I hear a.
This brings back memories. None of them good.
Try forget me. For me.
Like on this chat, I've openly talked about battles with depression and stuff like that. Like, if you feel comfortable bringing it up, then it's fine.
Yes, this direction's correct.
Elevator is experiencing
Oh, I forgot to change that on Twitch. No, that was Wednesday. I forgot to change that description on Twitch. No, I'm in a much better place today. Oh, I didn't actually give the update on that. Let's go ahead and talk about that then. So, for those abridged version of what happened Wednesday that put me in a bad mood, my bathroom got flooded. In my opinion, no fault of my own, but whatever. I can't. The apartment complex is not willing to bend on that one. But anyway. Let me reload this. And, oh, Crusher's dead. Okay. Anyway. And that sucked for me. They're saying it's my fault, and I was like, they're going to say I have to pay for the damages to the apartment below me. My apartment complex is covering a chunk of it, but not that big of a deal. But they're not covering all of it. They're actually not covering a lot of it. They're only covering like a sixth of it. But, okay, money's not an issue. I can deal with money. It sucks, but I can deal with money. I'm not going to worry about it until I need to worry about it. I'm only using the sword this much because I can't see shit. Anyway, so that's the abridged. Oh, the biggest problem was for me that I'd have to be out of the apartment for 5 days, which, okay, cool. I can just go stay over at my dad's or get a hotel because my renter's is going to cover it. The problem is I have a cat who really would lose his shit, and I don't want to stress him out any more than I have to. So that was my biggest concern. Really worried about my health right now. So I was talking with the complex, and there was like, no, there's been a misunderstanding. No, you're not going to have to leave the apartment for 5 days. The people below me are going to have to.
pay more attention.
That's the cliff note. Almost done, and they let two assholes just get on top of me. Oh, it counted. Oh, did it? I'm also in an apartment that had pipe issues. I can relate with that. A couple months ago, I accidentally hit myself with a chlorine gas trying to clean my tub for inspection. Puke some blood. Yeah! Couldn't see straight for 30 minutes after recovery. As far as I can tell. I would still go get your lungs checked out because that can cause some permanent damage. But yeah, that's... Well, like, once again, money is not an issue to me. It was the stress of having to leave my apartment for 5 days. That was my stress. Because you know me, I've been broke before, I've been hungry before, and I can deal with it.
All systems green. Uplink restored.
Couldn't get away from the explosion. Hopefully someone gets me. Oh, good. The overnet. Yeah, no, I reckon it's your first time chatting.
That's the zealot born again.
Come on! Someone get it moving!
I have like no health left, and I had just gotten revived. I go down one more time, it's a death.
Cover me!
Data link back online. You are not a complete.
No, but I appreciate you chatting. Like, this is an open chat. Like, there's almost no topics off limits. If you do hit a sore spot or something that I'd rather not talk about in chat, I'll just let you know. It's not a big deal.
System access granted. Proceed.
Hang on. Would you say I'm sorry? I got distracted. Hang on. Almost got myself killed. It was going to clean and come for inspection. It's not in my chat. I'm not seeing it. Like, I looked at all your texts and I'm not seeing where you apologized. I don't think it went through. Because I'm restreaming. I'm on YouTube and Discord. So sometimes messages don't carry over sometimes. The stuff about the maintenance guy?
It's all front!
The problem was the maintenance is not doing a job, and the landlords get on me to mess. My lungs are already damaged, and if it got worse, I can't afford it. I don't know if it's your first time. I think you missed the part where I said sorry. No, I'm not seeing it. But no, like yeah. What broke the pipe is they're saying it's because I hit it with my cat litter box. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in chat. We're at where I think we're at. There should be a health thing coming up. I really do need. Just because the amount of corruption. Someone fucking woke the demon host. Great, now we gotta figure out where the demon host is so we can handle it. Oh, it's after, yeah, our tank. He's got a shield. He should plant it. He's down.
Reaching into the wall.
Damn it! Yeah, we're dead. I was just down because I had too much corruption to begin with. Alright, that's whatever. It looks like we're probably going to lose this down to just the Zealot. Not Zealot, sorry, Psyker. My pipe was clogged and I've dumped about $60 worth of chemicals trying to fix it before the maintenance guy was supposed to get involved. That happens. Oh, we actually have 2 Psychers? Or am I just cycling between... Yeah, we 2 Psychers. And that does happen. I would, like... Arguably, like, okay. On the side of justification for the... I think he popped his head.
Laxness only creates more work for me.
I think the... Oh, no, this is a Fanatic. That's a hammer, not a spellcasting implement. Okay, arguably, like, what they would be seeing it as, you should have said something within the first week of moving in. If it's been clogged since before you moved in. Otherwise, it becomes your fault, not theirs. And pretty much the only other way you'd get around it is if you got a lawyer involved.
I won't last much longer.
But as sometimes I learned in the Navy, documentation is king. If you never documented it, it doesn't exist. If it's not on paper, you didn't sign for it, it doesn't exist. He should really be doing power attacks to clear these guys out. There he goes. Now he's starting. But no, it's like on the other side of the coin. It sucks. I believe it wasn't your fault. It does suck. No, you're right. You're 100% right. It's supposed to be them. It's not even a matter of your lease. That's I'm assuming you're in USA. I have a lot of people from other countries who chill in my stream. Legally speaking, the landlord is responsible for that because they own the land. They are responsible for the maintenance and upkeep for it. That is what they're supposed to do. Now, whether or not they actually carry through with it, or how well they do it, that's says more about the complex or whatever than anything else. So you're right, it was them, 100%. They're supposed to take care of it. That's what I believe. But unfortunately, because like it depends on how much you want to fight them over it. I could arguably fight my complex over the situation. Like I bumped it with a cat litter box, a plastic cat litter box. If it broke off from me tapping it with a cat litter box. Once we're after this mission, I'll actually pull up the laws on it. Do you know what state you're in? Well, of course you know what state you're in. Are you comfortable sharing what state you're in? Before, I like talking about all topics on here. Like, this is fine. Yeah, as I stated, I'm in Ohio. Oh, I didn't see that. Where did you say that? I'm dead right now, so I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing... Is half your messages not going through? I need to pull up Twitch. Hang on, we're pulling up Twitch. Is half, like... I'm seeing all my chats through OBS, so... Let's see here. Alright. If anybody tries to talk to me in YouTube, I won't be able to see it because I've got the Twitch screen up. Oh, this is going to kill me again because I'm on fire. I'm in a tight corner and on fire. Alright. Okay, yeah, yep, I'm actually in Ohio, not joking about that either. Yeah, I didn't see that. And then I only saw the, but I'm an idiot and I don't know legal stuff. Then I saw that, and then I see the, yeah, as stated, I'm in Ohio. That's all I see. So it's skipping like every other message if you send them too fast.
Why? Have you forgotten me?
Templar has fallen.
And I got all the chats up. I'll have to see why it's doing that. I have a chat backup I might check on just to see if it fixes. I'm not going to dabble with that until between streams. I'll carry ammo.
Keep going this way.
Well, I don't think you are. Like, to me, you're not sending them fast. The only thing I was going to say on Twitch, it says you're sending them at the same minute. So that, yeah, you don't seem to be sending them fast. I don't know what it is. Twitch being weird, Restream being weird. I don't know. Again, I don't think it's your fault. I think it's just my software being stupid.
Problem name working.
I really wish I had a flashlight.
Throwing grenade.
Surprised we didn't lose that when we were down to just 2 people. Demon host woke up. I go down for other reasons. You don't need to apologize for any of that. Like, if you feel the need to, just, you can. Like, I understand some people do it as a tick. No need to apologize.
Down we go. No turning back.
We are still very early in this mission. I just realized that. And I'm hating that. I really hope we do lose. Just because I'm already getting exhausted from this mission. Oh yeah, fall damage is a thing.
Precision fire! Here she goes! Finding cover!
There we go, got them. But yeah, after this match, we'll take a quick look, see what it says. Because Ohio might have different laws, but I felt that was a federal thing. Or almost every state had it. But once again, Ohio might be different, because Ohio. You're fine. You're fine. Like, this is an open space. You can apologize or not as much as you feel you need to. I'm not going to judge. I'm just letting you know you do not need to apologize. But if you feel you want to, go for it. One of my best friends, my little brother Mad Techie. Every other sentence is pretty much is because he gets excited about something, he apologizes, and he's getting better about it. And that's entirely because he came from an environment that had it. No, that's what I'm talking about.
Eliminating primary target!
Not what I meant to do, but I did it anyway.
Gamma 315 bomber! Neutralized.
I love the animation of people just getting yeeted. Now, on the other side of the coin, if I make you uncomfortable, feel free to let me know. Oh, I thought I was getting a bad hug.
Losing a lot of blood.
And I'm probably dead from this. Yep, I'm down. And somebody is carrying a med pack. Why is he not using the med pack? Yeah, I know that one. I really do. Although, on the other side of the coin, I do want to bring this up. Some of the most comfortable times I have ever slept was entirely... Oh, I have an ammo pack. I forgot about that.
Give him souls.
Get up. Fuck it. Some of my best sleep was actually in the... my coffin locker when I was in the Navy. It may have been because of the rocking of the ship, or it may have been just like the close enclosure. But either way, I get it. I get that feeling. Okay, we're almost done. We were further along than I thought. Fuck. Interrupted my heal. There we go. Throw down my ammo pack for everybody, because he's got a spare. But no, I get that. I really do. And on my side of the coin, once again, I've gone through my mental breakdown when I was in 2016. Was nearly homeless several times. Whole host of other issues.
Retrieval is to commence now. Do hurry.
Yeah. And I was actually reading, somebody explained it in a very beautiful way. Why like the feel the need to sleep. Well, pretty much. Okay, it didn't kill me. Pretty much any of those any ticks like that you want to talk about. From over apologizing and I'm gonna die just because I got heated away. Yep. Because my mind kind of hallucinates and I'll kind of struggle with reality, especially when spiritual stuff gets involved. Yeah.
What a sight for sore eyes.
I got yeet. And then I got pinned down under fire, quite literally.
Ranger's dead and gone.
Yeah, that would definitely mess with your feeling of being safe.
Killed the ranger, fellas.
I need to actually remember I can block. Have you? I don't know if this is how if you feel this way towards things, but I know it's what my dad would say. Have you thought about putting down wards?
Sighting in. Got the Traxxas 7-7.
I am so close to death again. Why am I always so close to death?
You should probably heal up.
God damn it! Why is no one getting the fucking bomber? Seriously, why is no one getting the bomber? Is it because no one can find him? My only hope is I can get him up. There, got him up. And that's fine. I just know it's what my dad would say, because I don't know what he would call his belief. He always refers to himself as like a gray mage, I think is the word he uses. He believes in balance and he does wardings, stuff like that. I've got a spiritual side to me, and it's not that I don't believe in the supernatural. I don't want to get the illusion that that's the case. My relationship with the supernatural is different. Sorry.
Ah, big man! Break 'em all apart!
Oh, no. Fuck that shit. There we go. We're getting our heels back on. Screaming at me about it. My mom would laugh and call me a liar just by telling me how she's a witch and her family line of witches. Yeah. Like, that's not how you talk to... That's not how you talk to people. Let alone talk to your own fucking kid. Like, that's legitimately not. It helps no one.
Dead ranger!
Telling someone, get the fuck over it, does not work. I have cut a lot of people out of my life when they said that exact same thing to me when I had my mental breakdowns.
Precision fire underway!
And then the witch's side, my sister's Wiccan, so yeah, but she was also rather supportive. I'm ex-Navy, and I'm telling you right now, still not how you fucking talk to anybody. Period. I get tired of people always saying that's just the way the world is. because it's only that way because we allow it to be that way.
Engaging critical target. Bomber's dead.
Bomber's finally dead. That's the good news. Bad news is I can't get to him because of the fire.
Stop moaning. Help's coming.
And that's not that it's a problem. Just he went to no, like you can unlearn things. There is no need to. That I come from a Southern Baptist family, and even they like most of the family is not like this, but there are plenty of the family who are exactly like that, but their kids aren't like that. They unlearn these things. I don't argue upbringing is an excuse. You can unlearn these things. You can break the family curses. And that sounds very, I would say almost rude for me to say it that way. But I feel it's also taking accountability for what you've done. Now, like for instance, my Aunt Linda, may she rest, she passed. Well, technically great aunt. Anyway, she was raised Southern Baptist her whole life. She was I would almost say borderline fanatic about her religious beliefs. And she wasn't hateful. She just, it's not in the Bible, you know, that kind of person when she was a lot younger. And then, at some point, she just wasn't. She kind of just woke up, so to speak. Yay, unlocked more stuff. Ooh, nice. Thanks for the follow. No, that's fine. That's 1,000,000% fine. I get that. Me personally, I always viewed it as a body, mind, spirit, and then soul connection is who you are. That's a longer explanation. I'll give that in a second. No, I'll explain it right now because it kind of fits in with what we're talking about. So your body is the most malleable thing about yourself. You can change your body not at will, but very easily. You can work out. Hell, if you wanted to, you can cut off a limb. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. Cosmetics, what did I... That's what I want. Anyway, your spirit, or sorry, your mind is the next thing that's the most malleable. It takes a while to break habits. Like, for no offense, I'm going to use you as an example. The desire to apologize for things. That is we're going to pull that out because we're going to go talk about the lamp stuff. Anyway, the mind is harder to change because you have to reprogram bad habits, and that's not an easy thing to do. That takes years. I'm still breaking a lot of bad habits for myself. Yeah, I'm trying to break a lot of bad habits. Let's put it that way. A lot of self-hate. Hey, Gothic. No, I get that too. When in 2016, when I had my mental breakdown, I never attempted to, but I had what's known as ideations, where I've thought about it. Like, I honestly thought about it. Would I ever do it? No, I don't think I did. I considered when I was on my way to work one day, because when I finally was able to even get a job, that it wouldn't have made a difference if I had stepped in front of the bus. Spite is what kept me from doing it, because I thought about the people who refuse to help me now or don't believe me are the people who are going to write my eulogy. So I was like, no, I'm not going to let them win. All right, I'm going to pull up Ohio law. I'm not going to do my searches on camera. I don't trust it. Tenants' rights in Ohio. Here we go. This is exactly it. Landlords are required to make and pay for any repairs to make the unit livable that is not caused by the tenant. Sending notice. Tenants must give written notice to land informing about the specific repairs that need to be completed. That may be delivered in paper. So if you didn't, like, once again, documentation is key. So yeah, a clogged toilet that's been messed up for a long time, yeah, that's 100% their fault. If you've been sending text, that's documentation. Screenshots of text will do it. That's all you need. Oh, the tub? Yeah, same thing. Being able to take a shower is a health hazard. But yeah, it takes a long time for your mind to be reprogrammed. And I've been here. Look, this is a full body conversation we're having here. I've dealt with that. Anyway, your mind needs to be reprogrammed, and that takes time. It takes a long time. And as Gothic said, self-hate talk. I'm still working on that. I'm working on a body image for myself that I like. I hate my long curly hair. Well, not the long part. I've been working on that. But I hate my curly frizzy hair. That's why you see it pulled back so often. But I want my hair long because there's a couple styles I want to do, but it's too much effort for me to do most of the time. Yeah. And it, like, I have to use 3 different things to brush my hair right. I have to use a comb to get the tangles out. I have to use one brush that's like more stiff to like straighten everything outish, and then I have to use the last one to smooth it out. So, and that's when I first wake up. Plus I just took a shower, then it's usually pretty. Okay. Looking at what my other monitor said. Oh no, if my hair was short, it'd be doing the same thing. 100%. I think Cool Walker can vouch for me on that one. He knew me back when my hair was short, and it just poof. Actually, if you want to watch some of my older Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, 100% you would see it. 1, I'd look fatter, but 2, poof. It grew outward. It wasn't until it got to about here on my head that it started falling back. And that's why I keep it in the ponytail, because it keeps it really flat. My hair is thick and poofy. But anyway, it took years of reprogramming to even get as far as I am now, because my self-hate was deep. And I'm still not great. I'll have days where I absolutely freaking hate how I look. I know that one. That took me. That would take me about a month. But yeah, I shaved my head intentionally a couple times. I bicked it, as in I didn't. I cut my hair and then I just took a bick. I didn't use a razor. I didn't use an electric razor. It was horrible. It was a single blade too. This is back in high school, and I didn't tell my parents. I was raised by my grandparents, but I didn't tell my parents. I just wore a hat, which I almost never wear a hat. So they're like, okay. But then finally I took it off and they're like, why? You have great hair. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was. But anyway, yeah, your mind is your most malleable thing. Your spirit is slightly a lot less malleable, and your soul is immalleable. Like, you almost can't change it, because your soul is based on soul. Both spirit and soul are tied to previous lives. The spirit can only move forward in time because it's tied to nature and all that stuff. Your spirit is tied to nature and all that stuff, and then your soul is tied to the divine, and that can move in any direction. Your past life might be in the future from that soul, and they're not always connected. Your spirit does not necessarily have to be tied to the soul, and yada yada. That's Cliff Note version of what I kind of work with in my. But no, I 1,000,000% get all the things you're saying. I felt a lot of it. Yeah, no, I get that. That's why you still see me do the shaved sides. 1, I hate hair on my ears, but 2, it does look good. And that's once again a survival thing. We was talking about the reprogramming thing. Survival tics like that, you develop them during a time of crisis, and you develop them over years of time of crisis. Think PTSD. Technically, that's a form of PTSD. It's called CPTSD, which is complex PTSD. You know what? Anyway, and PTSD is not necessarily tied to the military. Everybody assumes it's a military thing. No, it's just post-traumatic stress disorder, not military post-traumatic stress disorder. It's post-traumatic. So you had traumatic and stressful experiences that build a a survivability instinct in your head. For people who are military, it's loud noises make them go into combat mode, stuff like that. Yep. I know that feeling, which I didn't grow up with snow and stuff like that, but when I was in Chicago, that was a thing. Also kept your head warm. Mind you, I radiate body heat. Never an issue. I definitely get that. Because I'd go long times without haircuts because I couldn't afford them. So I 100%. Yeah, and it just comes down to naming the demon is what I always call it. Name the demon that is affecting you. You can name it you have to identify what the problems are, what the issues are, name them, recognize them. It's the only way to exorcise said demons, to deal with them, to recognize them and deal with them. My self-hate is one of them. I recognize the things I hate about myself. I hate that I have a gut. I've always had a gut. I weigh 250 pounds. I don't like that. Yes, a chunk of it is muscle. I have a decent amount of muscle, but I hate my gut. I hate my poofy cheeks. I hate the fact I can't grow a beard. I really can't. Like I've shaved on and off again my cheeks, but you sound a lot like me. I'm not gonna lie, because I radiate body heat. I can tolerate the cold like no one else. Like it's just like, all right, it's cold, whatever. I don't feel it. Like it takes me a good 30 minutes before on my skin I actually feel the cold. Yeah, I would love to trade. Trust me, I can't grow a beard. Yeah. But don't get me wrong. I do know that some people like dad bods, and I'm going to end up with one because about the only way I'm going to walk around with a six pack is if I take steroids or SARMs, and I'm not going to do that. And but yeah, I recognize the things I hate about myself. I hate I don't have a lot of muscle. I'm working on that. I'm lifting weights. As I build muscle and as I eat right, I'll lose weight. Those are things I dislike about myself. My hair is still one of those things, but I'm working on it. I'm finding a style that I don't dislike. With it long, it pulls my hair back so it doesn't poof up. With it long, I can also do different braids that make my hair make me look, in my opinion. I'm 5'9", 250 pounds. No, we are about the same. The only difference might be the difference between us is might have more muscle because I have an extremely wide shoulder base. I have about a 52-inch chest. This actually messed with me. A content creator I follow, she's pregnant. Congratulations, she's pregnant with twins. She did a measurement around her gut, and she came out to 48 inches. 2 inches more than me. So like I was extremely self-conscious because but I also realized one, she's a really tiny person to begin with. And two, I'm a very wide person. My shoulders are very broad and all that good stuff. So once I put on muscle and lose weight, I'll probably be a knockout. And I'll probably end up with a dad bod no matter what, because I'll never not have a dad bod. The only difference is that the level of muscularity and all that stuff. I'll probably end up looking like I forget his name. The husband, Curtis, from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'll probably end up looking like him, just without the beard, because I can't grow one. Not going to look like Armstrong. Yeah, I'm like 1 more inch taller than you know. Like I'm 5'8", 5'9", depending on the day. Some days I'm a little shorter. Oh, there's a cloth measurement tool. It's basically just a ruler or a tape measure that's floppy and able to bend, and then you just wrap it around your chest. You do it across the nipples all the way around. That's all you do. Usually you'll put it around one side and then it'll go across the chest, and then you can just hold where it stopped. Do a similar against the bicep. That'll work. As long as it's a cloth measurement one. And it's not like a tape measure you'd measure wood with, but like hang on, I'll go show you one. I'll be right back. I'll see me walk away. This. I'm gonna see. This is all you need. Arguably, you can also take like a string, wrap it around where you want to measure. It won't be accurate, but you'll get something. What you can do is take like a string or dental floss, wrap it around the body part you want to measure, like your neck or your chest, and then just measure the length that you ended up with. that would work too. That would probably be more accurate than if you just try to use the like the yellow. I know which ones you're talking about. I've used them a handful of times. I would reduce it a bit because it's not super flexible. I would reduce it down to probably about 38, 39, if not more. And technically, you're supposed to do it underneath your clothes. But no, like, that's not bad. That's respectable, especially if you worked out. You probably come out really scary. Yeah, no, that might be a little too much because you're supposed to like just lay it across the skin. But once again, you're using a metal tape measure, so it's going to be inaccurate to begin with. But you get an idea. If you can find like any type of string or anything like that, just wrap it around your chest or whatever, and then you can measure the length of that. That's fine. This is so I'm 35, turning 35, and I'm going to clarify that every time. And I always like the things I know is because of life experience and because I'm always trying to learn. Okay, that's great. Means you have 30 years of experience. You're level 30. I made a lot of bad decisions when I was 18 to 20 or 18 to 29, so you're fine. Don't look down on 30. I'm just picking on the 35 thing because I can. But no, everything is because it's not because I'm super smart or anything. Somebody might argue differently because whatever. I have time and a curiosity, so I'm always picking up information and I retain information that's stupid. Like the tenants' rights. No, I have experience. I have the curiosity. And there's some information I retain better than most. But that's it. I can guarantee you have something that makes you a hell of a lot smarter than me. Technology, I might win. Don't know. I have a lot of experience in technology. So yeah, same here. That's useless information. Me knowing about the tenants' rights is just because I heard it once and I remembered it. I used to work at Best Buy under Geek Squad for a while. In fact, I think I still have the Geek Squad badge behind me. If y'all want to see it, I'll show you. And I used to have older ladies and older guys come in. Mostly older ladies would actually ask. And they would come in and they're like, hey, would you mind teaching me? I'm like, technically, I can give you a 30-minute consultation. Well, it's going to take an hour. Okay, I'm just going to schedule 2 back-to-back. It's not a big deal. And technically, I'm not supposed to do that. But management also knew I was really good about developing that history. No? That's hell of a not useless information. I'll explain why in a second. And they would always feel self-conscious of like, okay, you have to left click. Well, how do you left click? And I would show them. And they'd have to come in multiple times to learn some of this stuff. And they're like, I'm sorry. They'd be always apologizing. I'm like, no, you're fine. I grew up with this. You did not. I can guarantee you know how to sew, and I do not. You know how to cook things. I have no concept of how to cook. You have a skill that I do not. I think it was Albert Einstein who said, if you measure a fish's intelligence by its ability to climb a tree, you will always call it stupid. Recognize what you know. Recognize your gifts and be proud of them. That's one of the things that helps fight self-hate. Now, World War I and II history, knowing history is not useless. People think it is, but it is not. Because it allows you to learn from the mistakes of the past. The past is not irrelevant to the present. So, for instance, it's going to get into politics. I do apologize. Recognizing some... Yep, that's it. Recognizing the patterns that happened in the past can be applied to the present. You can see certain politicians rising to power, very similar methods to people in World War II, for instance. You will know who I'm talking about. You can fill in the blanks on who I may be talking about because I'm not going to go into full rant mode. That's a good example. Gothic is obscenely knowledgeable about Chinese history. She can ramble off the period of the Three Kingdoms like no one would believe. Exactly, that's another thing. So, there's a meme going around, and this actually pissed me off. It showed 3 people, And the person with the big brain, which size of your brain doesn't say intelligence, it's actually the amount of curvatures in the brain, but whatever. Surface mass. The person with the big brain was frowning, and the person with the tiny brain was smiling. And I disagree with that. I fucking disagree with that. Sorry, I'm starting to drop my F-bombs. I'm trying not to. Anyway, and the reason I disagree with that is because the more intelligent you are, the more self-aware you are, the more aware of what you do and do not know, what you can and cannot do. So because you're aware of that, you start developing a lot of these self-conscious tendencies. So the differences between that smile and not is self-conscious, because the less intelligent, the less you process, the less you are aware of your own faults. You think you're perfect. You don't need to change. Think about the guy from high school who's like, oh, I'm perfect. I don't need to change. I had my glory days in high school football. You know that. Yeah, exactly. That's a great example. Da Vinci would be, and you can also argue religious institutions causing a lot of problems with that. Like, if Da Vinci wasn't so much an artist that drew people's attention, he probably would have been in jail too. What is it with it during the Renaissance that a lot of the great scientists were also artists? Like, I would love to see a connection between. Might have sweat too. Oh yeah, Nikolai Tesla being the follow. I actually had a concept, a theory back in the day. I don't know if it's true. I said every couple generations you have this mad genius that appears. You have Da Vinci during that time, and then you later had Tesla. And if you want to go back to ancient Greece, it would be Heron, who actually created programming effectively. If anybody says Elon Musk is one of those people, no, he's not. He just steals other people's ideas. So he's actually more Edison. He didn't start Tesla. He stole the company. Sorry, nose is clogged. Pretty much the only company I think he started was SpaceX. He was already a billionaire by that point. And his father owned an emerald mine, so he was obscenely wealthy to begin with. I don't like Elon, in case anyone's wondering. But no, ultimately, if I have to explain or teach anything to the world, it's, especially my generation has a problem with it. Millennials have a problem with it. I don't know if Gen Zs have this problem, but I know millennials do. We're unwilling to accept when we do something right or we do something good. You don't have to like, yeah, I'm perfect, because no, recognize you did something good. You don't have to brag about it. Just recognize, hey, I got up today. I got up and put on pants. I got up and made my bed. Be proud of that. Actually, there was a story I really enjoyed. It was the concept of all reincarnations. Whoever existed was the same person, same soul, just reborn each time. Both the executioner and the person being executed was the same person, just being reborn. And this is a Christian version, because God had only one child, but he had to live all these existences so that they could ascend to their godhood. It was an interesting concept. I don't believe it, but it's an interesting concept. But no, like my generation needs to celebrate the good things, because we're quick to be hard on ourselves for where we fail, where we go wrong. They think, hey, I got up, wasn't good enough. No, you got up, you got out of bed. That's a great thing. You took that shower, you made your food. Depends on your religious belief. But it's a cool concept for a story, nonetheless. By the way, did you know that I forgot his name just now? I had Stan Lee. Stan Lee is a World War II vet. Like, people forget that. A World War II vet. And once again, you don't have to brag about like the good things you did. Like, this is not me flexing, it's not me bragging. Yeah, he was basically like a reporter for, like, if I remember correctly, he worked for the Military Times. I think. It's been a while since I studied that. And right there's an example. You knew something that most people wouldn't have known. Be proud of that. Be excited about that. Once again, celebrate your successes. That will definitely help with self-hate. Stan Lee, one of a kind. You have like Bob Ross who taught self-love and be positive. You have Steve Rogers be kind to others. You have Stan Lee that just showed a world of creation. And you have Robin Williams who showed a world of, yeah, he was. Actually, that's one of the reasons why he didn't yell is because he was a drill instructor for the Air Force, not Marines, Air Force, I think. I could be wrong. I think Jack Kirby was also in the military, which is another creator. Yep. But that's why I do what I do. This is not me flexing or anything. My thought process. I decided I want to be a content creator because I went through some bad stuff and I felt alone. Even though I had friends, even I had people I talked to, I felt alone. I felt I had nothing. I, on more than one occasion, thought about just walking out the door and not coming back. That's not me killing myself. That's me just not coming home. Me becoming homeless because I just needed to escape from everything. I ended up not. It was mostly spite that stopped me. I'm not. But I went through those things. I don't want anyone to ever feel they're alone. That's why I do my content creation. Yeah, that sounds like a spite thing right there. I'm never going to cut my hair and I'm not going to yell anymore. Yeah, you can't do it. You've been doing it for too long. Watch me, bitch. Spite's a powerful tool and it's fine. It's fine if used right. Hell, my little brother, Mad Techie. His spite is supernatural. I've seen him bend reality with his supernatural ability to be spiteful about things. Someone says you're going to fail. Oh yeah? Fucking watch me. Be willing to say that. Everybody, every time I get a troll comment or a hateful comment on a video, oh yeah? Fucking watch me do better. I love the, like, that makes me think of the meme with Markiplier. I'm just testing the limits of my body every time he does like BDSM stuff by accident. Now you just need to align your mind with it. And that takes time. Once again, your body's the most malleable, your mind is the second. It's difficult. You have to change a lot of programming. It's one day at a time. Recognize your successes. Recognize that you can beat anything. Nothing can stop you. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Like my weightlifting. There are days I'm extremely disappointed in my muscle growth. Because of how chunky I am, most of my definition's hidden. So any of my growth is really hidden. The only thing I can actually show is like the how much muscle I put on is by the measurements. And even that I could argue is not as big because I have fat over it, which increases it. Because remember, every day you wake up means you beat yesterday. Yesterday didn't beat you, you beat it. Remember that. That's fine. Celebrate that. Like, legitimately fucking celebrate that. Once again, I'm dropping F-bomb. I'm trying not to do that. But no, like, seriously, celebrate that. You beat those things. You beat them. They did not beat you. You're still going. You're still chugging along. You have some scars from it. Everybody, you're going to develop scars, both physically and mentally from it. But you can't let that stuff stop you. Because you already beat it. I've said it before. My Navy didn't beat me. I'm still here. They may have broken pieces of me. I may have came out damaged, but I'm not beaten. I'm permanently messed up in a way I can't sleep normally. My bipolarism is so extreme. Thank you, Cool Walker. I love you too. I need to make that a meme on the top. You know, it's just like I could push a button and just counts it up. I probably actually could set that up. That sounds like a good idea. The philosophy I came up with recently for myself to design my own self-confidence is self-confidence is built from challenging yourself and knowing your own limitations and then challenging those too. Always find a way to challenge what you. Can I lift 20 pounds? Cool. Can I lift 30? Either way, you beat them. You beat those things. Celebrate it. Like, no joke. Celebrate your successes. Even if you think that they were failures. No. Once again, when I was having my breakdown, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't function. I was unemployable during that time. Couldn't find any money. I was almost homeless constantly. Lived off potatoes for a bit. The only protein I was getting for a bit was skinless chicken, which not a problem. I like skinless. That was spread out. You take away anything from talking with me, if assuming you ever decide you want to come back and hang out with me again. Well, this is an open chat. You can talk about almost anything. Feel uncomfortable about bringing it up? Hell, you can join my Discord. Message me. I'm an open topic now, mind you. I do get a lot of SOS calls. I'm not always responsive because I just get them all the time. It's not because I don't care. It's because I got to protect myself. Yeah, get that. And you beat it. Once again, you beat it. Even if, like, say, I don't know if this is the story of your case. Say you dropped out of college, you got 2 classes, 3 classes in, semester in, whatever. You still went to college. You still learned things. That's success. You didn't fail at college. You succeeded at learning. You got to rephrase and repurpose the stuff in the way you look at it. And that takes years of practice to do. Start one step at a time. Even if you relapse, even if you take 3 steps back, you still had taken 1 step forward. So you're further along than you would have been otherwise. And it's taken me a lot of years to come to grasp with that. I still fail at it. Cool. I've walked pretty far forward. This is where my spite would kick in personally. I would look at that situation and go, my grades are going to be better than hers. She's not going to scare me away. I'm going to beat her. I'm going to have better grades. I'm going to finish before she does. That's what would kick in my mind. I don't know if you want to do that, but that's what would power me through a lot of that. Keep hitting my desk. Like, whether or not any of this is how you want to live or anything, it's up to you. This is just my philosophy. Do it. You're not stupid. Once again, you're not stupid. Stupidity to me is the unwillingness to learn. You're going to freaking college and you want to go for mechanical engineering. That's not stupid. Now, if I had to guess, you might be on the spectrum. From some of the things you've said, you sound like you're on the spectrum. Autism, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Incidentally, mechanical engineering and robotics and electronics is actually usually some of the smartest people in that field usually are on the spectrum. And that doesn't make, when people are on the spectrum, doesn't make them stupid. It makes them see the world differently. And that's what the world freaking needs. First that time. Looking at you, Cool Walker. Okay, that's fine. You can call yourself stupid out of reflex. I do recommend trying to break the habit. If you say it 10 times a day, tomorrow try to only say it 9 times. Fine. Gothic's once again wicked smart about the things that she finds an interest in. She becomes obscenely knowledgeable about the subject, and then a subject she knows nothing about, or she's no interested, knows very little about it, in passing mostly. But she's wicked smart. And that's fine. It's fine if you call yourself stupid. Just don't but saying it a lot does make you start believing it. It's just a habit you might want to work on fixing. Oh, I get that. I 100% get that. Most of the programming has been from my thinking I'm ugly because no one ever took an interest in me. Thinking I lived in Tennessee for like 2 years. No, yeah, 2 years. It was 1 year. Can't remember. Anyway, I could put back a grade from 3rd grade to 2nd grade, so I felt stupid. Whatever. One day, and no one liked me in the class. Like it felt like no one liked me. No one wanted to talk to me. No one wanted to hang out with me during recess. All that good stuff. And then one day, all of a sudden, everybody was extremely friendly with me because I would go to remedial classes because once again, they viewed me as stupid. So I went to remedial class. I came back, and everybody was being nice to me. Everybody wanted to be my friend for the day. Like it didn't dawn on me until later that something was up. And next day, everybody went back to being assholes to me. Well, most people did. Some people continued hanging out with me. I had found out because one of the evil people in my class found out the teacher bribed them. I had anger issues back then. That was me. I had anger issues. I'd get pissed off over very few things, like a lot of things. I'd pick fights because my self hate was just there. I got put back. I just lost any anger towards myself. I just didn't feel anything for a while. So I get it. I'd punch things. That was my thing. I also got into fights during recess. There was this big ass tree in the back of the playground, and like no teacher would be back there, so they couldn't see us, and we would just get into fights. I'd usually win. I have a low center of gravity. There's one guy who liked to do throws, couldn't move me. I just didn't want him to. But you don't do that anymore, as far as I can tell. I don't punch walls anymore. But I used to punch metal walls too because I knew I wouldn't break them. Yeah, that's all you need sometimes. Crazy will outbeat anything. And crazy's fun. Crazy means you're not boring. So with me talking with you, extra to goth, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because I'm gonna tongue twist over that every time. I'm gonna say right now, I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you. I think you can break some of these habits that you've had programmed and you can make yourself the version of you want. I believe in you. Nothing says you can't beat this. Beat anything that's holding you back. Even yourself. Sounds weird. Bring some of that version back of yourself if you want. Because back then, I imagine you had a lot more screw the world feeling. Not saying the F bomb, avoiding that. Because I know Cool Walker's still keeping count. You had more of the energy of, I'm going to challenge the world and beat. You can bring that part of your back if you want. It's still there. Buried, but it's there. All right. I'm losing my voice. I didn't do any vocal warm-ups before streaming. Oh, I get that. I do. Here's something that helped me. You don't have to do this. I don't even 100% recommend it, but I'm going to tell you what I did. When I got back from the military, I took a look at everybody who was actually it was during my breakdown. I noticed this. I looked at everybody who was in my life, and I started realizing how many people were toxic in my I started to realize that. The people who only seemed to be one around me when they want. The people who weren't there when I needed it. People who were just freaking horrible. I didn't care if I was blood related or I had just known them for years. I cut them out of it. Cold turkey. Gone. Blocked them on Facebook. See them anymore. They were gone. And like one of them, the guy I grew up with, I'm just gonna say his first name, Corey. I'd known him since before I can remember. Known him my whole life. I realized he was an abusive friend, a toxic friend who enjoyed effectively torturing me. I can tell many stories of him having fun at my suffering, and he knew I wasn't in a good place. He did it for fun. That does help. Actually, I did something similar in middle school. By then, I was actually put in gifted classes. Go figure. Spent years in remedial, and then they like, oh wait, no, this kid's actually a genius. Taking the standardized testing for Florida, and they're like, oh my god, he's a genius. Put me in gifted classes. I still got C's because I'm lazy. Or I was lazy. Rather productive. Depends on when I'm awake. But no, I looked at all these people and I cut them out of my life. Technically, gifted classes are special ed, but that's up to you if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, I get that. And for those who are wondering, they're not saying the hard R on the N word. They're talking about mentally challenged. Because some people misunderstand what people are referring to when they say that one. Want to clarify for anybody who's listening, or who might not understand the difference. Okay. That's one of those spiteful things of prove your sister wrong. Be mo better. I just noticed my kitty cat's behind me. I'm enjoying that. Like he's up in his cat tree. Right there. Nope, this way. You see him. Adorable. Look at little Zane. He got noticed, so now he's leaving his perch. Incidentally, you have a lot of similarities in story. Like, for instance, I did a lot of writing. Growing up, I would just write. I would escape a lot of reality by writing. What I did. I'd create my own world, my own reality. I'm going to drop the link to my Discord. Feel free to join. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I'll be here on stream anytime you want to, anytime you want to talk about this stuff, if you need a pep talk. When I drop videos and stuff like that, feel free to watch them or not. Feel free to comment or not as much as you. But anytime you just want to work way through some thoughts, throw me a message. Now, mind you, these are messages. I might not answer immediately. If you're having ideations or anything like that, call help. Call 911 or a suicide prevention line. Don't they're better off than helping you. Want a heads up on that one because I've had a few people who are insistent. Let's phrase it that way. I love them, but I have to also protect my own mental health. Yeah. Anyway, I should be streaming Monday. I don't think I'll stream this weekend. I want to work on my animation stuff. So appreciate y'all being here. I hope to see y'all in the next stream. Monday, probably around noon. Good. Glad. Proud of you. If anything, proud of you. And I believe in you to reach the version of yourself you want. Go to college, out of spite of your mom, out of spite of your sister. I don't know how what spite you need for your dad. Prove that you are better and smarter than they envision of you. Beat them. Don't let them beat you. That's pushed me through a lot of things. Even if it's yourself, even if your self-hate and self-doubt is what's holding you back, prove yourself wrong. Because screw you, that's why. Which sounds really weird. It's another form of self-hate, I guess, but whatever. And if you take a step back, that's fine. Take 2 steps back, that's fine. Because if you've taken a step forward, you're further along than you would have been otherwise. Go for it. We'll go over that real fast, then I'll bring the stream to an end. Told you before, the stream's a completely open book. Anything you don't feel comfortable talking about, you can hit me up on Discord. checking my message. I don't start a new tangent. I was drunk, wouldn't stop talking about how I'm exactly like him, and then that I was exactly blood runs in my been into my arm about him. How much blood do I have to bleed out to not be? It scared him stone sober and was kind of never talked about it after that. Yeah. So here's the answer to that. Say it's 100% true that you are like him, speaking. Screw him. Not literally. Don't. That's awkward. Don't let him prove you right. Don't let you prove him right. Be the version of you, whatever it may be. I have a few family members who are trans. That means they are trying to create a version of themselves they want. The version of them, it just happens to be a different gender. Jack's not. I go by Jack, but that's not my birth name. I have a dead name because I don't want to be that person anymore. I gave up that person. I said I'm not going to be that person that was created by circumstance. I'm going to be the person I want to be. I created a vision for myself. And there she is, my little sister. I created a version of myself that I wanted in my head, and now I've spent almost every day of my life, sometimes I take steps back, trying to reach that version. And that's life. That's what life should be. Whatever power, whatever energy you need to push yourself forward, do it. I love that way of describing it. I honestly do. Hey, that's awesome. That means you got somebody else who's on your side, who supports you. Not only me, not only my community. Because if anybody tries to pick on you or anything like that, they're dealing with me. The best way to describe it, and I love this line, it might bother people, but my favorite line for it is, you have a problem with my trans family, my trans friends, I identify as a problem now. It's one of the quickest ways to set me off. You attack family, you attack my friends, you will see my full sailor side. Let's put it that way. That's my little sister. You mess with my little sister, you're in trouble. You're now part of the family too. You're now part of the community too. Someone messes with you, they got me. That's awesome. And you play D&D? That's even better. I love D&D. Oh, now I got to show this. You're making me not end the stream. I'm going to show you something, then I'm going to end the freaking stream because I got to check my voice. I have work to do this weekend. This is a D5 Dark Souls tabletop, and I'm going to be running a one-shot IRL. Gothic runs games too, for the record. I'm a DM 99% of the time, 99.9%. I usually play through Discord most of the time, but because I got some friends moving out this way, we'll be able to play in person finally. It's been years. Who knows? You might end up in one of my D&D games that I run on Discord. We'll see. I haven't ran one in a little bit because I've been burnt out. I do have VR chat. Hell, I have my Oculus Quest right over there. So who knows? Maybe you'll end up in a game with me. By the way, you can also run it in Tabletop Simulator. Sure. That's fine. I love inspiration. Anyway. Once again, appreciate it by being here. I know the things I'm supposed to say, like, subscribe, share, whatever. Yeah.